Hi friends, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here and I'm happy to be back too. I feel like it's been so long since I've done an update and it's only been 2 weeks, but I don't know, it just seems a lot longer to me. But so I'm glad you're here. Thank you. And I just wanted to hop on here and just kind of fill you in on what's been going on. So last time I left you guys, I was getting ready to go away for a couple of days with my family, and that was like perfect. It was like the perfect amount of time away from everything. So part of the reason that we like where we go is because it doesn't have Wi-Fi, and it kind of just forces everybody to like kind of disconnect and just be together. It was just really nice. The day after we got home, my oldest daughter came to visit, and she's still here. It's actually her birthday today. It's her 22nd birthday. My oldest son is also coming for a couple of days, and his visit is going to overlap with my daughter's for a couple of days. So the next couple of days, actually, we have like a lot planned. We're just trying to maximize the time that they're both here, and it's nice having everybody, like all my kids, under the same roof. It's really nice, and I could already, as they get older, I know that that's going to get harder and harder to do. So yeah, we're just planning like a lot of different activities. We're going to the planetarium. I'm actually going horseback riding with my daughter in 2 days, which is crazy. I absolutely love horses. I don't know how to ride. I just absolutely love them. And I've ridden a horse a couple of times, but I'm not like a rider or anything like that. But that's something that I absolutely would not have done same time last year. I just would not have done that. But I feel a little more confident doing that now that I've lost some of the weight. So yeah, it's just, I'm grateful for that time that we'll have together and just getting to do something that I wouldn't have done before starting Zepbound. So what else? Oh, another thing that I'm actually proud of is that we had like a lot of snack foods in the car. So some of it, well, let me backtrack. So we typically don't eat a lot of like junk food. We're just a lot of people, and it gets expensive to buy that for everybody. So we do have it on occasion, but it's not something like that we keep in the house all the time. But when we go away on vacation, we tend to buy a lot of that stuff. And partly it's because I want to make it easy on myself, and I don't want to have to cook everything from scratch, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So we'll buy like Pop-Tarts and just like little things that they don't normally have all the time. So my husband had gone to Sam's Club a couple of days before we left, and he picked up Pop-Tarts and muffins, chips, what else, like cakes, and just like cookies, and just all these really fun food items. And so again, some of that is for when we're at the house, and some of it is for the road trip. So I was kind of like the night before trying to pack like the little things that I was going to be eating, because I already knew that I didn't want to have the chips. And it's not that I didn't want to have it because I thought it was going to, like, you know, ruin my diet or anything like that. But I'm just really trying to be intentional about what I put in my mouth. And I just looked at the back of the nutritional, like at the nutritional label of some of these things, and it didn't appeal to me. I just felt like it was a lot of calories for not a lot of food, and it just wasn't, I didn't want to waste my calories on that stuff. And so the way it works is we have like a big 15-passenger van, and between my husband and myself, there's like a decent spot where we have like a cooler, and that has like all the sandwiches and some of the snacks that we're going to have like for the road. And so we had like the chips up there. We had like the Little Debbie cream pies, and we had all these things up there. I thought it was going to be hard kind of passing that stuff around as people wanted it, and meanwhile, you know, I'm just sitting here with like my little, you know, fruit salad or whatever. But it actually wasn't. It wasn't as tempting as I would have thought. And again, I know that's because of the medication. I know that the medication helps me to make better choices, and I so appreciate that. I absolutely love that it's like a guardrail and keeps me from going off the deep end. But at the same time, it's interesting because I was watching Taisha's video from Simply Taisha, and she was talking about her husband he had bought her this cookie dough ice cream, and cookie dough is like her kryptonite. And so she hadn't yet started the ice cream because she was worried about, I guess she was worried about like kind of acquiring a taste for that, since she hasn't really been craving any of that stuff anymore. And so it got me thinking, and I guess part of the reason why I kind of stay away from those foods is because I don't really have a desire for them anymore. And I'm afraid that if I do eat them, that it kind of might trigger something in me, and I'll just become maybe not obsessed over it, but that I might want it more and more. And so I guess I feel like I should just stay away. You know, what I'm doing now is working. I don't feel deprived. I don't feel like I'm restricting my diet in a crazy way. I don't feel like I'm missing out. And so, yeah, I think part of it for me is I just don't want to open that door. I think for where I am right now, I'm happy with how everything is going, and I just don't even want to mess around with anything. So, but I was happy. I was happy with my snacks, and I really seriously did not feel deprived. And I was like handing out the snacks to everybody. So we had like the big bags of chips. I had Ziploc bags, and when people wanted chips or whatever, it's like a controlled substance, and that's why it goes in the front with me, because if it like goes to the back with everybody, you know, they'll just take handfuls that they won't even eat, and it'll just like make a mess. So we keep it in the front, and then when people want, like they tell me or they tell somebody, and then that person tells the person ahead of them, and then, you know, it eventually gets to me one way or another. And then I, you know, get like a little Ziploc full of whatever it is that they want. So I was like handling the stuff and like smelling it and all, but yeah, I did really well, and I felt proud of myself for that. It's so funny because I'm just thinking back to, you know, other times in the past where I've tried to lose weight, and just remembering, you know, all the times that I had to, all the times where I felt like I was missing out because I wasn't eating what everybody else was eating. And obviously, you know, I wouldn't make anybody feel guilty about that, but deep down inside, I was doing it kind of begrudgingly. I wasn't doing it. I mean, I guess it was my free will. Like I wasn't being forced to, you know, avoid certain foods, but I guess I'm not really explaining it, but it just didn't feel, I guess it wasn't something that I really wanted to do. And so I was doing it, but I was doing it begrudgingly. And now it's not really that way. And the only difference is that I have the help of Zepbound. And it's just kind of taken that desire away to eat any of that stuff. So this is a little embarrassing to share, but I guess I've shared worse, so it's probably not too bad. But I'm just thinking back to times that I would go to a restaurant before starting Zepbound, which wasn't often because I actually don't like going out to eat. I much rather stay in. I'm very much a homebody. But if I did go out, the very first thing I would look at, like at the menu, would be the price. And right after the price, like right behind the price, the first thing I would think about is the portion and like the portion size. And I would order things based on how big of a portion I thought that I would get. I rationalized by, you know, saying I wanted to get the most bang for my buck, which was true, but it was also very true that I just wanted the most amount of food. So this time around, it's just so funny going out to eat and not feeling like I had to eat everything, and not feeling like I had to look at what it was to determine if it was like a big enough portion. So that was actually something different, and I was very happy about that. So I just wanted to share that. I just thought that was funny, and maybe you guys can relate. I don't know, maybe it was just me. But anyway, what was I saying? So, right, so I was saying about my non-scale victories. So even though I have had success in those areas, I was watching Alonda's video that she posted, I guess it was a week ago now or close to that. But it's funny because so many of us that started YouTube channels started this journey basically like within a week or two of each other. So Simply Taisha, Alonda, Cheryl from Sunshine Storyline, I'm trying to think of who else. there's been a couple of us that have all started pretty much at the same time. Snow Better Life. I don't know if you follow her. She's on Manjaro. She's also very open about her journey. I'll link all of their channels in the description box. But anyway, so I was listening to Alonda on her last video, and she was talking about kind of having this fear that that this wasn't really going to be like long lasting, basically. And I kind of started having that feeling recently, like really just within the last, I don't know, like 2 weeks probably. And it kind of came out of nowhere, because up until then I've been feeling really confident, and I haven't had any doubt about, you know, whether this medication was gonna, you know, take me all the way through my weight loss journey, or anything like that. I've been very confident, knowing that the medication is working and doing its thing. And I just kind of started having those same thoughts. This past like weekend, like 2 weeks, actually, it's been about 2 weeks, I haven't worked out like at all. Okay, I used to work out 5 days a week. I used to strength train 5 days a week. I changed that not that long ago to do 3 times a week. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday I worked out, and this is going back 2 weeks ago. So the week leading up to going away on vacation. So that Monday I did work out. Wednesday I did not work out because I normally work out in the morning. I actually work out here on the porch. I have a coffee table right here, and I have all my weights underneath that. I didn't get to it in the morning, and by the time I was able to do it, my mother-in-law, who lives with us, was sitting on the porch. She likes to sit on the porch too. Everybody likes the porch. And I just didn't want to work out, you know, like on the porch with her. I just thought, you know, that would be awkward. So I didn't do that. And she actually stayed on the porch a little longer than I thought she would. And yes, I could have gotten my weights and just brought them inside and done it inside. Yeah, I could have done that. I should have done that. I just didn't want to invite too many questions about what I was doing. Sorry, that's just my husband. Anyway, so the day just got away from me. By the time she went back inside, and like the porch was free, it was time for me to, you know, clean up the kitchen and start dinner. And then after dinner, it just didn't happen. So that was Wednesday. And then Friday was the day that I helped my husband build his woodshed. So that whole week, you know, I got one workout in that whole week. Then the following week was the week we went away, and I didn't work out at all. And here we are. Now that brings me to this week. You guys obviously are watching this on Wednesday, but it's actually Tuesday for me at the time that I'm recording this. And so I should have worked out yesterday, and I didn't. I don't know, just with my daughter being here, things are just kind of like, I guess the schedule is off. And so I didn't. I did go for a 2-mile walk with my husband, and it was kind of like at a brisk pace, and it was a lot of uphills, and so that I did get some movement in. But as far as like strength training, I have actually not strength trained since for 2 weeks. And so anyway, I say all that to say that I think that's the reason why I have some of this doubt kind of creeping in, and why I'm feeling like maybe this was like a phase like I'm going through. And part of it is I've gone through a lot of phases before, not like where I change like my personality or anything like that, but more like I go through hobbies pretty quickly. And so part of me wonders if this is like my healthy mom era, you know, where I'm just like doing all the healthy things. I'm strength training, I'm walking, and I'm eating right, I'm meal prepping, but it's not going to last. And I hate to even think that, and I hate to even say that out loud, but that's just kind of what I'm feeling. I'm just wondering if like that consistency that I was talking so much about has kind of, you know, fizzled out. And here I am, you know, 2 weeks in, and I have not been consistent with my workouts. at all. So part of me knows that it's not true, but part of me feels like it might be true. So yeah, I've been kind of thinking about that, kind of dealing with a little bit of guilt. Tomorrow is Wednesday, well, obviously, but so I should exercise tomorrow. I should strength train, but we're going on a walk. It's like a hike. It's like a 5 mile hike. It's close to 5 miles. It's like 4.6 miles. And it's kind of challenging. There's a lot of hills. And so I just don't think I'm going to strength train in the morning before doing that, because I really do think that that's going to be enough exercise for the day. So I already know I'm not doing it tomorrow. And then, Friday we're supposed to be going out. I think we're going to the planetarium, and then like an escape room or something. So Friday might just be so busy. And I'm telling you this because I already feel like it's almost like life is creeping back in. And I started this journey, and yes, I started in February, but I guess I didn't start strength training until like June. So it was already kind of like the end of the school year, and it was like on summer mode, and now school is starting again, and I kind of feel like life creeping back in. And it's ironic that I did this video, a couple of weeks ago. I did a video about prioritizing my fitness journey, and how that meant me letting go of things so that I could have time to do it. And yet I did let go of those things, and I have not made, for the past 2 weeks anyway, I have not made exercise a priority. So I'm trying not to freak out and get overwhelmed, and just realizing that my daughter's home, my son is coming home in a couple of days, and it's like the very end of summer vacation, and there's birthdays, and like just kind of taking a deep breath and realizing that this is part of life. This doesn't mean that I'm just going to give up on exercise altogether. It just means that I've had to take a break for the past 2 weeks. I would definitely be lying if I said that it wasn't a little bit concerning. So hopefully I can kind of get through this little bit of whatever you would call this break, I guess, unintended break. I didn't set out to like not exercise for 2 weeks, but I do miss it actually, and that's actually a good thing, because I've never been one to like exercise. So the fact that I actually do miss working out is a good sign, right? So I guess I'm not like completely a lost cause. But yeah, I guess I'm just kind of working this out as I'm even talking to you. I'm not, it's not like I planned everything I was going to say, but I know I'm fine. It'll be okay. I'll get back into my rhythm. It's just that, like I said, I would be lying if I said that the thought has not occurred to me that this is just a phase, and this is not like a long-term thing. And I'm just trying to calm myself down and remind myself that everything I'm doing is very sustainable. I am not doing a crazy amount of exercise a day. I'm not, I don't feel like I'm restricting my diet to a point where it's just going to cause me to like binge or anything like that. I feel like everything I've done so far has been very sustainable. So I know that this is just a little time that I'm going through, a little period where I haven't been too consistent, but I'm hoping that that'll, or I'm not going to say I'm hoping, but I know that I'm going to get my butt into gear, and everything's going to work out is what I'm trying to say. Everything's going to work out. So anyway, I know you guys want to know about the weight loss because it's been 2 weeks and I've just been rambling. So last time I left you guys, I was 168 pounds, which was like a 2-pound increase from the week before. But I actually wasn't worried about it. I knew that was just water weight. It was just that time for me. So I wasn't worried about that 2 pounds. But anyway, so we got home from vacation a week ago, almost a week ago, and I was 163 pounds, 163 point something. So I was very happy that even though that week of vacation where I wasn't exercising, I was being very careful with what I was eating because I wasn't exercising and I really wasn't moving as much as I normally do. So I knew that I had to make up for by being like extra aware of what I was eating. So I was happy with that. And then I weighed myself this morning and I was 162, I think. Yeah, 162. So altogether since February, that's 52 pounds. So I'm absolutely very happy with that progress. So that's all I have for you today, guys. I gotta head inside. Like I mentioned, it's my daughter's birthday. That's her on the motorcycle. And I have to make her special dinner and her birthday cake and all of that. So I'm gonna head inside. This was supposed to be like a 5-minute update and I always end up rambling. So sorry about that. And I will see you guys soon. Bye.